It's that time again. Let's chat, chill, and get ready. Honestly, one of my favorite videos that I do every single month, mostly because it is so laid back and chill, and also just because I don't really have to do much prep for this one because you guys kind of do the prep for me, giving me questions. So it's just nice. It's a nice, chill, laid back video. I have questions left over from last time. I have new ones from this time. Oh wait, I didn't grab the ones from my community tab. Okay. I'm gonna have to go and grab those as well. And then, yeah, as always, I ask on my Instagram stories, and normally by like the end of the month, you know, when I'm kind of getting ready to film these, yeah, it's never like a set date. It's just kind of whenever I remember like, oh, I need to post. And then also always on my community tab. And then you can also use the comment section of this video for the next chat, chill, and get ready with me, because I'll check in this one as well. So anyways, that's it for the groundwork. Let's go ahead. Let me have a little bit more of my coffee, grab those other questions that I completely forgot about, and we'll dive in. Okay, I got those questions added, and also then this is me realizing, first of all, I need to apologize up front to Natasha because I realized I put off. So Natasha's question last time was all-time favorite quote from any book and any favorite quote you've written. And I remember I was like, I don't know, like I can't think of that off the bat. I'm gonna have to like take that one for next time so that way I can like think seriously about it, you know, go back through, really think about it and find one. And then I didn't do that, and then I literally didn't see that until I sat down to go over these questions again. So that is going to be homework for me. I swear I will have that answer for my July, or what I guess would be my, yeah, because it's June, for my July chat, chill, and get ready with me. I'm gonna hold on that one because I genuinely don't know. I know there's like a line and starting line that I really like that obviously like uses the title because I like using the title in them, but I don't know if it's like my favorite line ever written. It might be my favorite line from that book, and that's might be like what I have to kind of like look through as each book, but also the idea of going back and looking through like old books is not, like I literally never go back and look at them once they're published because then I will just spiral. So anyways, okay, I'm gonna take that one back. Top few were a few left over from last time. And it was not a question, but yay, Jane and Nikolai, which is my couple that I'm currently writing right now. They are book 3 in Whisper Me Nothings. So if you've read the first 2 books, you've already seen them. Jane is Walker's twin sister, who is the hero from book 1, and Nikolai is the lead singer of Whisper Me Nothings. And it is a second chance brother's best friend rock star romance. I'm currently writing it right now. Well, I haven't been the past few days because I've been just getting my starting line edits done, but I've been writing on them. I'm loving them so much. I've been looking forward to writing their book for years, and I'm just having so much fun with them already. I can't wait. I'm glad other people are excited about them as well. I think their book is gonna be really fun. It's gonna be really hot. I just can't wait. It's gonna be a great time. So I'm glad that someone else is excited. Video idea, tier ranking books you have given, or you have 5 stars, and where do they stand? I love this idea, and because like I said, I can't really do tier ranking videos now anymore because like I don't, you know, talk about books that I don't like. So I can't do like tier ranking all the books I've read so far this year because obviously they're ones that I don't like and I don't want to like put them in low categories. So I have thought about this though, of doing like my top 10 from 2020, 2021, 22, 23, and seeing how they all stand. Like if my top books each year still would stand, because there would be no books in that I like hate at this point by any means. It would just be like, are they still God tier books, or are they more like middle of the ground now for me? I feel like I could do that and just kind of seeing like how they still stand up over time. So I'm gonna take that idea. I might do that because I think that would be fun. Also, I'm switching up my foundation today because I just want something lighter. Quite frankly, I'm not really doing much today. I'm kind of just doing my makeup to film this video. So it's the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. It's the dewy one because I just don't really need anything like more full coverage today. What is your favorite and least favorite trope? So favorite is anything taboo, forbidden, dark, so like student teacher, age gap, ex's dad. I love dark romance, obviously. I love like captor captive. I love mafia. I love brother's best friend. I love hate to love. I love enemies to lovers. Pretty much anything where they're like not supposed to be together, but then they can't help but being together. I obviously love that. And least favorite tropes, I said it before, I'll say it again. Secret Baby. I hate Secret Baby. There's only one Secret Baby book I've ever read that I love, and that is Reckless by Elsie Silver. That book, oh, that is my one exception. I don't like Secret Baby. I don't like Small Town. I don't like Single Parent. Yeah, I don't like country. Yeah, I feel like that kind of like covers it. Obviously, I know that those are tropes that so many other people love, so obviously I'm like glad that there are books out there for all of you guys with that, but that is just not me, and you will never ever ever catch me writing like a secret baby book or something like that. Like, never say never, because I truly don't seek out tropes to write. I just have the stories kind of pop in my head and then I write those. But I'm telling you right now, I don't think I'll ever write a secret baby book, and if I do, I'll just give out like free paperbacks. That you guys can hold me to that, because that's never gonna happen. How did you feel writing your first sports romance? I loved it. I loved writing Starting Line. So in case if you aren't aware, Starting Line is my next book that I have releasing. It's actually releasing in under a month. Actually, my cover reveal is going up like soon. So it is my sports romance that I'm writing. It follows an Olympic swimmer and an Olympic gymnast filming a documentary on to their next Olympics. They're both former gold medalists, and she does not like him for an interaction that they had at their first Olympics, but now they're stuck filming this documentary together. And yeah, I'll say more obviously as like the blurbs out and everything, but I loved this book. This idea is another one that's been in my head for a long time, so I was really excited to write it. I will say I definitely had more doubt writing this book, and you'll see it in the vlog. I did another vlog for it. I'll have it up on release day, but I definitely had more doubt with this one, mostly because I obviously know like these sports, right? Like, I've watched them, but I don't like have just tons and tons of back knowledge on them that I do for like, and Whisper Me Nothing's like when Scar is talking about like her DJ equipment or things like that was just background knowledge that I already had, so I don't really have to do like a lot of research for that. And this was the first time where I feel like I've been writing something where like I really needed to do my research, make sure that I knew what I was talking about, and that was just intimidating. I hope that like I did it justice, you know. I hope that I did my research well enough, and whatever, I guess we'll see as it's out. But it was definitely a harder process in terms of that than it has been with like the Whisper Me Nothings books, but I loved it. It was something different, you know. I've obviously only written rockstar romances so far, so that was like fun too, to have that to write. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I will say it will not be my last sports romance. That is for sure. And also I just think it's like such good timing with like the Olympics. Like, I purposely did that because I wanted this book to come out with the timing of the Summer Olympics. I'm really excited for you guys to read it. I'm so excited for you guys to read it. What do you like being a Midwest girly? I'm from Minnesota. Well, hello to Ooh, this is too much. Well, hello to Minnesota. I love being in the Midwest, so I live in Wisconsin. I personally love it. I like I don't like the weather in the winter, and especially like when it gets dark super early. That I do not like, and I really struggle with, honestly. But like in the summer, I mean, actually I can't even speak because our weather's been shit this past week. But I will say I'm not built for like warm climates. I did live in Florida for like 6 months for an internship that I had with Disney, and I loved that. And I was like, I'm gonna move back here as soon as I'm done with college. And then like other things ended up happening, whatever. I never ended up going back. And now I'm like, I could never actually live in a climate like that because I'm just not meant to be in the heat. I don't like being hot, quite frankly. So I like it. I don't know. I love Wisconsin. I love the city that I live in. I'm pretty happy where I'm at. So, and I like the Midwest. What can I say? I'm actually hoping to come and visit Minnesota. Hopefully in the fall when the Rangers come and play the Minnesota Wild. Me and actually one of my friends I met on here, Natasha, we're gonna try to go to one of the Wild Rangers games there. What kind of music were you listening to while writing Starting Line? Starting Line has just a book playlist. The Whisper Me Nothing series have character playlists. So I have Take You Down, Take My Hand, and Starting Lines, all of those playlists linked to my Spotify, and it's on my link tree. I don't know if I have my link tree linked in the YouTube. Do I have that linked in the YouTube bio? I don't even know at this point. But if it's not, it's on my Instagram, like through that bio. So you can go ahead and like click into that and find those playlists. If you have Spotify, you can click into those playlists. Music is the like biggest factor for me when I am like, especially plotting a book and everything. It's huge. And then even just as I'm writing, getting like in the mood and the mindset to like be writing those characters. So actually let me just finish powdering my like chin really quick. And then let me pull up the Starting Line playlist, because right off the bat, I will say No Limit by G-Eazy. Like, okay, listen, I heard that, I obviously knew that song for years. It's not like a new song, but I had like my Spotify on shuffle and that song had come up, and instantly when I heard it, it was like when I was starting to like really try to shift my focus into Starting Line, I like just, Caleb kind of like really came to me. I mean, he was already in my head, but he like really started to form even more. That is one that was huge, I guess, in terms of like the beginning of forming his character. So let me pull up the playlist. So that one was big. So Starting Line by Luke Hemmings. So that obviously is what the book is named after. And I feel like that is like TJ's song right then and there, like listening to it. And so that's a song that I have listened to and loved for years, because obviously I'm a big Five Sauce fan, love Luke Hemmings, and I love that whole solo album. And I'd been listening to that song for years, but then it was when I like was shifted into the mindset of Starting Line that then I heard it and I was like, holy shit, this is like TJ right here. This is like her being like feeling far behind in life and like thinking that she missed the starting line. Anyways, listen to that song. It's on the playlist. That was a big one. Lighter by Galantis, David Guetta, and 5 Seconds of Summer. Again, that was more just like in the summery kind of mood. Every Day by Logic and Marshmello. Sometimes It Rains in LA by the Vamps. That song like makes a little appearance in the book specifically. Sorry if you can hear that. That's a garbage truck just like driving by making a lot of noise. See, and then there's like some songs that are not, so not that my playlists are all my personal taste, because obviously they do have to shape with the characters, but here's the thing, my personal taste is like nowhere near what like kind of Caleb's would be, and because he's just like rap, you know, like I don't know, that's just like what he likes, and I just don't listen to like any rap or hip hop or anything like that. So I really had to do some digging. I had some friends send me some song suggestions to add. I don't even know some of these, you know, you can look at the playlist. There's just some songs that I was like, yeah, that like I listened to it and I was like, I can picture Caleb listening to this before a meet. Where I feel like TJ is more of like a quintessential kind of like pop girl a little bit more. And Caleb's just not. Like, I picture her wanting to go see the Jonas Brothers and him being dragged along, but like secretly kind of loving it. Yeah, that's kind of like some of the main songs, I guess, that kind of shaped it. Also Spaceships by Area 21. That one, again, like that's a song that I've heard for years. And again, it came up on my Spotify shuffle and I was like, this just feels right. So yeah, it's 22 songs on my Spotify, so you can go and check it out. I'll say it's definitely not my favorite playlist. Like out of all of my book playlists, I will literally just go and sit, like I'll just turn Hayden's playlist on and hit like shuffle on it and just listen to that like when I'm not like writing, when I'm not really doing any purpose, like if I'm getting in the car to like run errands or something, or if I'm like going to the grocery store and like walking around and have my AirPods in, I'm putting on Hayden's playlist because I just like love all of the songs that are on there, where like this playlist I will say is not one that I'm like listening to on the regular, but it feels right for the book itself. Do you like the ending of Game of Thrones? Would you read an alternate ending fanfic? So I would 100% read an alternate ending fanfic. So if you have any suggestions or if anyone does, please let me know. I would love to check that out. Here's the thing, at the time, I was not super mad about the Game of Thrones ending. And even I will say, I am still not one of those people who is like, the entire show was ruined and like hates it. I still love that show. That is one of my all-time favorites. For me personally, the 8th season did not ruin it for me. Now, I do not like how a lot of things ended. And I feel like even as the years have gone on and I've rewatched, my opinion has changed a lot, because I didn't hate the whole, well, I don't want to spoil anything. So I guess I will just say, I didn't originally hate kind of like how things went down with Dany's character, but now I'd say more in the past like year or two, I've gotten like really actually pissed at how that ended. I think one of the things that was not surprising to me is because, you know, there are certain two characters, and heading into the 8th season, I was like, both of them are not coming out of this alive. And once again, I won't say who that is, but I feel like if you know, you know, because I was like, there's no way that they both come out of this alive. And I was right about that. So I think I was kind of like prepared, but no one could be prepared. Here's the thing, there are still certain episodes, like I love the Long Night episode. I think that is a great, hour and a half of television. There's certain story endings that I really loved. I loved how Arya's went. I loved Sansa's. But then like Brienne, I was not, there were certain moments again that I loved of her in that season, but then I was like, why are we making her, you know, once it's so hard to not say spoilers, and I feel like that's unfair. Like, I should just be able to spoil it, right? Because it's been out for so long, but also I don't want to. If anyone's watching this and still wants to watch Game of Thrones, let me know. I could talk about Game of Thrones for hours and hours, so. But for right now, I would say yes, I would love to read an alternate ending fanfic, so if anyone has any suggestions, please send them my way. And I'd say I have like a love-hate relationship with season 8. It didn't tank the show for me, but I definitely am not happy with how they did things. And then we got House of the Dragon. Team Black or green? I feel like you'd be Team Black. Oh, Team Black 100%. Don't let my like green tank top fool you. I'm just hot. I am 100% Team Black. No, like Rhaenyra is the rightful heir to the Iron Throne. I love them. The greens are full of flops. I hate Otto. I hate Sir Criston Cole. Allison, I hate, but I kind of like love hating her because like she just, you know, she's had bad circumstances, but still she sucks. I hate Aemond. Honestly, Aegon is, well, so granted, so I haven't watched episode 2 because I was not home Sunday night to watch that. So I haven't watched episode 2 yet, but I will catch up hopefully tonight before the Oilers-Panthers game 7. But I will say, Aegon was cracking me up in the first, like, still piece of garbage, right? Like, trash. But, like, he's kind of funny. But 100% Team Black. I love House of the Dragon. I'm loving this show. I loved the first season. Emma Darcy, oh my god, absolutely crushing it. I love Matt Smith. Like, truly the casting, even the characters that I love to hate, like, even Allison, Olivia Cook, amazing. Fabian Frankel, who's playing Sir Criston Cole, like, that dude sucks. I hate him on a whole other level, but yet, like, still, he's good television. Like, they're just all killing it. I love it. I love the dragons. I love everything about House of the Dragon. Very happy that it's back. I think you mentioned before, but what do you do for work? So yeah, so I have mentioned it before, but it's probably like because I don't go into detail like ever about it. That's just something that like I've chosen to keep my like job very separate from this. I am an executive assistant, and that's all that I ever really say about that. I did go to school for communications and that I would end up in large scale event planning. That's what I did all throughout college, but then I ended up in this job after college, and then that is where I've stayed. I love your reading vlogs. Will you be doing them again soon on your channel? So maybe, I'm trying to think. I don't have any reading vlogs right now, mostly because I have like a writing vlog in the works, obviously, for Starting Line. That'll be up on a release day. But I just don't like love doing reading vlogs. I'm glad that you guys like them, but I just kind of feel like I'm bad at them, quite frankly, because I can't talk about things without spoiling it. But then I'm like, do people want to watch a reading vlog where... Anyways, this is way darker than... Oh my god, this is so much darker than it looked in the pan. Okay, we're gonna have to figure this out because I was going for like light. That does not look that dark in there. It looks like I just got punched. We're gonna fix this. I feel like I'm bad at them, quite frankly. That didn't work. So yeah, I feel like I'm bad at them. I don't love doing them. I don't love staying on top of them. So yeah, like I will do more again in the future. Like I'd love to do another Banned, Forbidden, and Taboo one because obviously like we love that, but I don't know, we'll just have to see. I'm glad that you guys like them. That's good to know like what videos you guys do like, but I will say I don't know, we'll just have to see. This looks ridiculous, but actually we're gonna fix it. Just trust the process here. I recently stumbled upon your podcast and was wondering if you'd start it up again. It's great. Thank you. That was a true labor of love for many years. So in case you guys didn't know, I used to have a podcast called Popcorn Chats with one of my best friends, Katie, and we talked about all things movie and TV because we both love movies and TV shows. And we had it for like 3 years, I think. But then we did end up putting it on pause. She moved out to LA for a bit and we kept it going while she was out in LA, but that just got hard being in like completely different time zones, completely different states. And it's a lot of work to be watching something every single week, taking notes on it, doing it. And then Katie was doing the editing on it. It was just a lot to like keep up with. So we did end up stopping a while back. And then especially like once I got started with writing, like it just became too much for us. But now Katie has moved back home and we have talked about starting it up again, but maybe like shifting to not only just doing like TV and movie content, but maybe like pop culture stuff too. I don't know. We will have to see. Both of us are like really busy right now. Katie's on a job that like is pretty much an opposite schedule of me, because obviously I work like, oh my God, this is just getting worse. We are going to make this work. Trust the process. Works like in the evenings and on the weekends, and obviously I have the weekends off, and that is when I am normally like writing and stuff. So I don't know. We will see. We've definitely talked about it, and like that we miss doing it, and I'm glad that you stumbled upon it and that you were enjoying it. So yeah, we will just have to see. One day we would love to bring it back, but we just got to kind of see how things go. What's your fave chapter and starting line? Any hints for us? Yes, I have a few favorite chapters. I will say one of my first ones that is probably, okay, no, actually that's like gold. I don't want that. Let's try, oh, this one. Okay, this one might do the trick. Okay, so favorite chapters, one of my favorites of the entire book is, again, this is not like, I'm not going to say anything that will spoil the book, but it is TJ's birthday scene where Caleb takes her out to the bar for a night. I love that scene. I think it's so cute. It's a pivotal moment in their relationship. I love everything about that scene. It was arguably my favorite to write as well. Also another one, I will say Caleb does some really good caretaking in this book. So that one's before the bar scene even happens. That one's towards the beginning of the book. I really love that scene. There's also a moment where Caleb calls TJ, and it's a simple moment. It's not even like a whole chapter. It's just a part of a chapter. He calls her before a race. And once again, I just feel like it did a lot for their relationship. It does a lot for his character. And then one that I can't say anything about, but it's at the end of the book, and it's kind of like a dramatic moment. It's at the Olympics when it happens, and that is my other one. So yeah, I have quite a few like favorite scenes. Okay. I mean, we fixed it, kind of. It's just way more dramatic than I wanted for today, considering, like I said, I'm literally just kind of doing my makeup to film this video. But also, like, that's fine. I tend to, like, do a little bit more, like, stuff in this video, or, like, when I'm filming these videos. Oh, I forgot to do my liquid contour, because I normally do that, where, like, I don't do that on an everyday basis, just because it gives me more time to chat. Geez, it's about Reed again. I'm obsessed. What song best describes him? Give me something. So I answered this one on my story because I wanted to be able to include the actual song, but I think Reed's like the best song that describes Reed is like A Villain by Bad Omens. Not because he's a villain, but if you listen to the song, some of the lyrics of like, it's hard enough being alone with myself. I don't know how long I can keep holding on. I don't know. Reed, he's a character with Whisper Nothings. He's going to be the fourth and final book in that series. So his book is not out yet, but he's a complicated one. And I really think that song fits him like perfectly. And I remember when, again, like it was a song that I had been listening to for a while, and then it wasn't until it just like one day Reed was kind of in my head, and then I listened to that song on a walk, and I was like, oh my God, that is Reed right there. Like that's Reed's song. And it just kind of naturally fell into that. So, do you ever write a romance without an HEA? So yes, because then technically that wouldn't be a romance. It would be like a love story, which I know you would put romance in like quotes, but I just want to preface that before someone gets mad. Like I'm fully aware that if it's a romance, it has to have an HEA, so we can't classify it as that. But 100%, I would love nothing more, quite frankly. Y'all know that I love books that don't end. I mean, I obviously love romances, how they're always guaranteed to have an HEA, but I would love to write one that like really just rips your heart out. So yes, one day I would love to write that for sure. I just have to wait for the story to come to me, and when it does, I will write it. Does your family know you've written and published romance? Yes, so they didn't. I did not tell them that I was writing a book the entire time I was writing Take You Down. I didn't say a peep. I kept that to myself. I didn't really even tell a lot of friends. I told like some of my close friends in like real life, and then I'm trying to think who all knew. Like I had some book friends that knew, but I kept it very like close in, because I was like, if it doesn't happen, if I fail, I don't want people to know that, right? But then when I got my physical copies of Take You Down, so it was like a week before release date, I gave like a wrapped copy to both of my parents, and they were so excited and so proud. And yeah, so they know. My mom has read both of my books. My dad has not. I've told him not to. And honestly, he's not a big reader, so I feel like I'm safe with that. But yes, my mom has read them, and I told her not to read them, quite frankly, but she did anyways, which thanks for the support. But yeah, I'm like, I don't want to like talk about you know, because it's like kind of weird. And, you know, now like extended family knows as well, because then they told other people. And like, I don't super care, but again, it's something where it's like, I just don't really want to like discuss it with family members necessarily, especially Take My Hand. Take You Down, obviously it's in there, but it's not like anything crazy. But Take My Hand, listen, I don't want to think about anyone that I know, even like my friends were like, oh my god, like wow. And you know, that one just kind of kicked it up a notch. I feel like with Starting Line, I'll kind of be like, again, it's like in there obviously, but it's nothing like too crazy or like, I guess like schminky. But then with Take What You Want, that's gonna be another one where it's like, I just have to block out while I'm writing certain scenes, thinking about anyone that I know actually reading them, because I'm not gonna not include them in the story, but I also don't need to think about the fact that like people that I know are going to be reading this, especially like family members. So I've had like aunts that have read it. I think I've had a cousin or two that have read them. So yeah, they know, and they're all very supportive. Like no one said anything like negative to me by any means. And my dad like pitches the book to his coworkers, which we work at the same place, but like we're in very separate areas of the place that we work at. So like, thank God that like I don't really have any overlap, because that is the thing. No one at work knows. I keep that like completely separate, but like obviously they're very proud and they're very supportive of it. But yeah, I just don't really need to think about family members reading, you know, certain things that, you know, Hayden Coleman enjoys. Can't get out of a reading slump. Is Pain for KU worth it? I feel that. I'm in such a bad reading slump. God of War, the entire Legacy of God series has put me in like the worst reading slump ever right now. I haven't finished a book in days and days and days. Yeah, I feel you. So for me personally, I think it's going to differ for every person. For me personally, I think KU is worth every single penny that I've ever spent on it, because I read like 95% of my books are indie published, and they are all on Kindle Unlimited. Like I very rarely read any books that are not on Kindle Unlimited. So it's worth it for me, because obviously it would be very expensive otherwise for me to be paying for all of those ebooks or buying all of those paperbacks and reading them. So it's so worth it for me. So I think if you're a big indie romance reader, but in terms of like other genres, if you read any other genres, I can't really speak to that. Like, I don't know if there's like a lot of thrillers or like nonfiction or, you know, contemporary, like whatever. I don't really know if there's a lot of like those romances out there, or like those genres floating around out there. I can only really speak to romance. And if you're a big indie romance reader, then 100% I think it's worth it. When are you going to read the suggestions? I'm assuming this is talking about when I made the video of like you guys reacting to books you want me to read. I said in that video that like I'm not like doing a vlog with any of these. Like I'm genuinely just like asking, like it's fun. I got a ton of suggestions from you guys and I added a ton to my TBR, but like I am under no timetable to read them. And especially right now when I am in such a big slump right now, I truly just need to get out of that. And I am and forever and always have been a mood reader. So I will read whatever I want to read whenever I want to read it. So if one of these books strikes my mood, then I will pick them up. There are a lot that I'm going to have on my July TBR from that video, because truly you guys came through. There were so many good books and I swear you guys just like know my reading taste so well. So I have a ton on that list. So I will definitely be reading some, but don't pressure me, because then I will just simply not. I like doing the opposite of what I'm told. Favorite scenes to write. So definitely not those scenes, you know. I would be curious if there's any author where those are like their favorites to write. For some reason, it ends up in every single one of my books so far, a club/bar scene. I don't know why. I love them. I love writing them. I think they're fun. I love reading them. But let me tell you, you would think then that I'm like a little club rat. I'm going out all the time. I hate clubs. I hate bars. Like, I don't ever go out to them, like ever. And yet they always end up in my books. There's a club scene in Take You Down. There's a club scene in Take My Hand. There's a bar scene in Starting Line. And there is going to be another club scene in Take What You Want. So I don't know what it is about that. I think I just like the energy. I like the setting of it. I don't know. It's fun to write in. So I guess those, I kind of always end up with those. I also love the like scenes where they're finally like professing their love. I love writing those. I think especially because it's just so much build up, and like, and they're normally towards like the end-ish of a book. So it's just kind of fun to get to that point with the characters and finally have that payoff and finally let them be able to say everything that they've been wanting to say. So I love writing those. So I guess then like generalized, those are kind of like my favorite scenes. Okay, I have 5 more questions to answer, but since I am done for today, and honestly, these videos always end up being long, so if I did not get to your question, I have these next 5. I will add them to the top of my next video. Well, and then besides the one about my quotes that Natasha, that was yours. So I will find that one, but otherwise I will answer these first thing and next Chat Chill and Get Ready with Me, because I do them every single month. So anyways, that is it for today's video. On Friday, I'm going to have my July TBR up, and then next Tuesday will be my June wrap up. And then I think after that is going to be my Masked Men book rec video, because love a masked man, what can I say? So yeah, anyways, that is it for today's video, and I will see you when I see ya.